So I went to Bosnia about 6 or 7 times during the war.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something. I grew up learning the martial arts, and I started teaching some of them in the local masjid, just as a kind of response. And then later I took several convoys, and I, you know, for a period of time, I joined the mujahideen in Bosnia. I make no contention or bones about that. But that was all part of, you can't do those things without knowing how to pray, without knowing how to fast, without knowing how to better and purify yourself and so forth. So that was a simultaneous journey for me.
It's refreshing to hear people refer to that as jihad and mujahideen and stuff, because right now, as you know, because of the war on terror and just the control and the choke and suffocation of Muslim discourse, the word jihad has become
synonymous with terrorism in the Western lexicon, but not. It will never be in ours. It's muqaddas. It is sacred in our belief, in our fiqh. It can't be denigrated. It can't be misconstrued. It can't be changed to what it is, and neither can it be hijacked by people who want to kill innocent people and to say that this is jihad. It can't. Jihad will remain ila yawm al-qiyamah, until the day of judgment, a pristine Muslim belief. You know, people say that, you know, jihad can mean the internal struggle, and all of those true. But if you pick up any books of fiqh and hadith, the kutub of jihad and maghazi, they talk about military jihad. They're not talking about the daily struggle to go and take your kids to school. So it's very specific about that. And as long as there are scholars who maintain that classic orthodox position, it can never be changed. We just need to take control of our narrative, and our scholars need to be bold enough and brave enough and true to the word of the Quran and the Sunnah. We've seen that the war on terrorism is a perpetual war that will continue for decades on end. These are the longest wars in the histories of these countries, including the United States, that has fought in every part of the world you can imagine.
That's by design.
That's by design, yes.
Yeah.
So this will be perpetual, and it means that Muslims, by nature, by definition, they will have to rise to the call. People will rise from amongst us. And when that rising happens, then there will be a greater oppression. That's also going to happen. So we have to be prepared, and we have to prepare our future generations in that knowledge. لا تظلمون ولا تظلمون. Don't oppress and do not be oppressed. Those are equally from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala injunctions that we should know, that don't harm people, don't allow somebody to harm you. And we will have to rise, not because of ourselves, but because our deen in itself is being bit by bit undermined, whether it's in the West or whether it's in the East.